Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Toast Tuesday. It is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024. I'm Mike.
And I'm Cameron.
And let's get going
Let's
here,
go right
right?
into it.
We've got a special interview today.
Yeah.
So you're going to see Cameron and I for a little bit, but then we've got a special guest that we've interviewed already. And that's going to be Matthew Butts, who is the head winemaker of Seneca Lake's newest winery, Poplar Wine Company.
That's amazing.
So
that's
that's going to be cool. So we got a little bit of inside scoop.
Absolutely.
We're going to share some things with the toast heads
Right.
before
anybody else
maybe
awesome.
even heard about it. So yeah, really excited about that. It was a great interview, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. So first look at Poplar Wine Company on Seneca Lake. So very cool there. Hey, how was your week?
Oh, it's been pretty good. It's been slowly picking up here because fall is the busiest time around Seneca Lake. Yeah. So been busy here, nice and steady. So it's just kind of how I've been, just busy here.
Busy here. Okay, busy here and steady. I like that. Those
Thank
are two good things to be. All right, very good. So as we said last week, we started harvest here.
We did.
Yeah, our first grape, Baco Noir, is in.
Smells amazing.
Just about finished fermenting.
Gotcha.
Need another day, I'm going to say, based on what I checked out. And if you want to see a cool video, Cameron and I did some punch down 101, where we both did some punch downs.
It's pretty cool to do that.
Yeah, kind of explain the process as well. So check that out on our YouTube channel if you want to learn a little bit about the art of the punch down when you're making a red wine.
There is an art to it. You are right.
Yeah, for sure. So again, that Baco Noir is almost done with fermentation. Once it's finished dry, and what does that mean? Once the yeast has consumed all of the sugar, and we'll show you how we measure that or how we know. In another episode here. But once that yeast has consumed all the sugar, we're going to press that wine. We're going to press those grape skins and get all that wine out of it that we can. We're going to move it into a stainless steel tank. We talked about MLF, or malolactic fermentation.
True.
We're going to wait until that. So I've already added I do what's called co-inoculation with my malolactic bacteria. A lot of people don't do that. They like to do sequential, meaning wait till fermentation is done, then add the bacteria, wait till MLF is done. I add the malolactic. It's a special malolactic bacteria that's meant to work at the same time as the fermentation. So I've already added that bacteria. So MLF has started, but we're going to wait until that finishes in the tank, and then I will move it into barrel to age.
Okay.
So that's what we'll do with that Baco Noir. And yeah, that's the only thing we've gotten in so far. So I do expect to get some more things in this week. And
more punch downs for us then?
Maybe not punch downs. Okay. I'm not sure if I'll get an early red here. Probably move into the white wines this week is what I would expect.
Beautiful.
But, we'll see. Let's see what's happening at Toast Winery.
Oh, the pickle pairing still going on.
Pickle pairing is still going on. Yeah.
And something we forgot we should have said was our live music on Fridays.
Live music is back. Yes. Had I known it was back, we would have mentioned it, right?
Yes,
but
we had to.
We had our first live music for our fall celebration.
Yes.
So every Friday is when we're doing our live music, 3 to 6 p.m.
3 to 6.
We kicked it off with Mike Lucy.
Amazing
this
singer,
past
by the way.
Friday. Yeah. So that was cool. And it's 3 to 6.
Yeah.
To me, it's just like a great way to start the weekend. You're coming in for the weekend. You're coming in and you're visiting for the fall and everything that happens with that. Hey, find yourself at Toast Winery before the end of the day on Friday. Get the weekend started right. Make it your first stop. Come in and hang out. Have some glasses of wine. Have some mulled wine.
Oh, get you nice and warm. Yeah. It was chilly.
So mulled wine is also here and rolling on. So we've got that sitting in front of us. Yeah, the weather's getting nice for that, right? A little bit chilly.
Like the colder
weather. And yeah, that mulled wine goes great with that. So yeah, live music is back. This Friday will be Scott Tremolo.
Ooh.
I don't know if Scott has been here before or not.
Yeah,
I tried to look and see. So it might be his first time to the Taste Winery.
Well, welcome,
or to the Toast Winery tasting room.
Yeah.
Definitely not his first time in the Finger Lakes. No. He plays all over the Finger Lakes, so we're glad to have him here. That'll be Friday. It's always rain or shine.
That's true.
3 to 6. Come visit us. Get your weekend rolling right away on a Friday.
It's a good way to start.
Yeah. So again, we've got the interview today, so we're not going to do too much content for us today. Let's get right to the interview and give you that first look at Seneca Lake's newest winery, Poplar Wine Company, and their head winemaker, Matthew Butts.
Perfect.
All right, let's do it. Enjoy. All right, here we are, a special edition of Toast Tuesday. Well, a special guest on a Toast Tuesday here. I am here with Matthew Butts, head winemaker of Poplar Wine Company, as well as Tabora Wine Company. So two wineries, but I definitely want to talk about Poplar Wine Company today. I want people to get to understand what's happening here. I've seen that there's been some press out there about Poplar Wine Company, so I can't wait to find out about it today.
Little teasers.
I love it. You know? So really appreciate you sitting down. What are we drinking?
It's an honor. So this is a watermelon wheat from Finger Lakes Beer Company.
Finger Lakes Beer Company. Shout out, nice local beer.
So fantastic.
Ooh, nice watermelon. Ooh, that's really nice.
Crisp, light, dangerous.
That is that's summer in a can right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Watermelon wheat, Finger Lakes Beer Company. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So hey, let's just dive right into it. So I'm sitting here. We're at Poplar Wine Company in the back of the winery. You can see these beautiful tanks behind us. Tell me about Poplar Wine Company.
Yeah, so Poplar Wine Company is a collaborative effort of a few of us friends. We came together and said, you bought this building, you have this equipment. Let's make some wine. And Calvin Ruthven is he's a big dreamer. He's a local. He's from just right up the road, actually. Right, lives. He grew up right next to Fox Run, and so very invested with the community here. And
I love that. Yeah,
and you know how winemaking is. It takes a community in order to make wine.
That is true.
So it's really nice to have somebody just kind of in depth and in the pulse of the community. And one of my big passions is winemaking, and what better thing than I can take my passion and be a part of that community too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, we're kind of getting everything nice and revamped. It was the old Villa Belangelo Mystic building, and we're bringing in our first harvest here, actually next week.
Soon, yes, it's right around the corner. So let's. So this is the old Belangelo Mystic facility that Poplar Wine Company will be in. And dare I say, you're very familiar with the equipment here, right? And
absolutely.
I think you spent some time also working with the Mystics and prior to that, right? So this is is very familiar territory for you. So that's got to be exciting too. To
kind of like
have you come in here and just kind of
coming home, but making it my home.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You don't have to worry about learning the equipment. You already know how to do all that, so you can really just focus on things you want to focus on. So that's cool. And you're going to have a tasting room here?
Yeah. So we have a hard set date of June 1st is when we're going to have a new tasting room.
June 1st, 2025.
2025.
Right? Okay.
Yep. And so with that, it'll be up in the south end of the building. January 1st is when we start renovations, just to get things into our ideals, our awesome. Atmosphere. Where we're really trying to be as inclusive as diverse of a environment and inviting to all walks of life. And that's kind of our dream for Poplar in general.
Love it.
So just making delicious wines without the pomp, without the pinky up, just to be able to enjoy with friends, family, make positive experiences and memories.
All right, I like it. I like the way that sounds. I mean, wine is something that brings people together, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's bring everybody together. I really like that. Now, tell me about the name. Does that mean anything special? I could state the obvious just based on the street that you take to get down here, but
well, so Poplar, obviously Poplar Point Road. But when we were thinking about the name, not only just our general location itself, we thought about the poplar tree, and the poplar tree in many different cultures is a symbol of renewal and change, spiritual growth, and that's something that a lot of us are doing right now. It's where we're constantly changing and we're constantly evolving to our environments and the times. So we thought the poplar would embody a lot of our principles and just how we do things.
That's pretty cool. So a little bit deeper meaning than just the name of the street. I like it. I like that. So thanks for sharing that. And what type of wine is Poplar going to focus on? What would you? I mean, it's kind of a generic question, but like, what are you thinking?
Right now, that's kind of a tough question. It really what the vintage speaks to me. I really want to. I have a lot of cool little plans that I plan on doing. Different styles. Plan on doing some patinettes. I do hope to have some clay amphoras coming in soon. Just kind of doing a lot of those weird odd off things.
I like that.
Using some cognac barrels here and there. Just getting out of the norm. Getting out of the expected lot and just having fun with it. And so I'm not looking for at Poplar. We're not looking for points. We're not looking for medals. We're not looking for the most grand prestige experience. We're looking for wine that can be not only enjoyed by me, but by everyone else that joins me in that.
Awesome. All right. That'll be fun to see how that comes together. How would you describe your own personal approach to winemaking? So we heard some of the things that you might want to do here, but if I'm asking you, like, what's your winemaking philosophy? How do you describe yourself from that standpoint?
Well, I'm still a very young winemaker, so I still have a lot to learn, and I'm constantly gobbling as much information as I can. I'm constantly picking your brain and our neighbors' brains. But ideally, I think my stylistic approach is just letting the grape shine. I can be the chemist. I can know the numbers. I can adjust those numbers, but are you being authentic at the same time? And with that, I like to let the varietal show. I love those varietal characteristics, but keeping things in due bounds. But also just kind of just letting the wine do its own thing, and really just trying to be as hands off as I can. I think that's probably my approach for that.
All right, I like that. I like that answer. And listen, if we ever, you can never, I think, stop learning especially in this industry, right? If you think you're done learning, you're really fooling yourself. So,
and that's the thing about the Finger Lakes too. Yeah. We go through so many different changes each and every year.
Right.
Winemakers typically have a set tool in their tool chest, but the Finger Lakes winemakers are MacGyvers of winemakers. So you really have to really dig in deep into that tool chest every single year and use a different tool.
Yeah, those vintages, it's like a different challenge every year, right? I can definitely relate to that, right? So they say if you want to make outstanding wine and have it be outstanding every single year, you can go to California, right? But you don't really have to do a whole lot to make outstanding wine out in California. But here, I agree. It's definitely
work for it.
Yeah, every year it's a challenge, a different challenge, and that's cool. But that's what makes it fun.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good thing about it.
Keeps you on your toes.
I love that. Yeah, for sure. Anything you're super excited about for this harvest in particular, that a grape you're getting, or something interesting that you you're going to do with a particular grape? Look, I'm just going through this watermelon
it's easy.
wheat like it's nothing.
Well, this year we know there's a lot of fruit out there, so we weren't
very bountiful year coming up.
Very
for
bountiful, and we're seeing a lot of nice, clean fruit. And we were not planning on doing as much as we are doing now, but we figured, you know what, this is the year to do it. So go big or go home. And so I'm working with a lot of producers, a lot of growers that I've worked with in the past, but also I'm pretty ecstatic at of working with specifically like Wagner Vineyards. Wagner's, I'll be purchasing some fruit from him, from John Wagner, and to me that's coming around full circle. When I first moved up into the Finger Lakes, I started off right across the lake. And literally, you can see their back door from our view right here. And John and Deb Wagner led me down that rabbit hole of wine appreciation. And so after going through years of traveling, cellar hopping, going to school, becoming a winemaker, now I'm a part of a new winery, and I'm using grapes for my starting point.
That's really cool. Full circle, right? Full circle here for you in the Finger Lakes. That's awesome. Yeah, and we are. So you see the tanks and everything behind us, which is cool. But we're looking out at an incredible view, which you can't see right now, of the lake, right out the back door of the winery. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Seneca Lake.
Just means I have to stop in.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The west side of Seneca Lake is where we are. Again, the old Milangelo Mystic Cellars, now Poplar Wine Company, right? I get that right?
Yep.
Awesome. And now how are you going to balance the two? So now you're going to be making wine for two places. So Poplar, Tabora. That's stressing me out just thinking about it.
Well, yes. That's definitely something that I'm going to have to learn quite a bit about. It's just time management and organization. Luckily, with Tabora, they're 100% state-grown winery, and so everything we grow there, we make there. And so I'm really focusing on letting the vineyard show, letting that specific terroir show.
Right.
Whereas for here, I'm taking from vines all across the Finger Lakes. So I'm not really emphasizing the terroir. I'm just really kind of expressing our take and our view on that specific varietal. Luckily, I will be doing some crushing and custom crush for Tabora, so I'll have even more control down here.
I love that word terroir, right? You say it a little differently. I say terroir, but
is it terrier?
What is that word?
Right.
What's your definition of that word terroir? To me, again, that's the thing about grapes. Terroir is how you describe the sense of place that a grape will develop. Like the grape will soak up the place that it's planted in, whatever those characteristics might be. And that's why Cabernet Franc grown here doesn't taste the same as Cabernet Franc grown in France or grown. Frankly, it's what makes it doesn't taste the same across the lake.
No, not at all.
Grapes are so sensitive to the ground that they're not sensitive, but they just soak up everything about the area that they're grown in.
And you hit it right on the head.
I love that about terroir. That's just one of those cool words that I think is it's a cool thing too.
I often describe it as a memory of place, and it's you really see that not only in Cab Franc, but really Rieslings. I mean, Rieslings just tell that story from vine to wine, what happened that year, and how did it grow, where did it grow, and really just kind of express that. And if you want full definition of terroir, just take a sip of Finger Lakes Riesling.
Yeah, and from multiple places.
Yeah.
And you can see how different it can be. Yeah, I agree totally. Yeah. So I am really liking this beer. You know what they say in winemaking, that it takes a lot of great beer to make great wine.
Absolutely.
So
shirts are coming.
This is what you need to do while you're making wine, working those late nights during harvest. You got to have a beer. I'm a big beer when I'm cleaning up guy.
Yeah.
You too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When I'm clean, after I've done everything, now I'm in the cleaning stage. Definitely cracking open a beer at the tail end of the day there now.
Totally agree, especially during harvest. Harvest, at least for me, I've tasted so much sugar. I've tasted so much acidity. Just all this, raw must and just fermented wines that a beer just kind of really hits the spot.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
one of my favorite memories for harvest is actually right out here on this press deck. Full harvest moon. It's about midnight. Just got done cleaning out the press. And what do? Well, I open up a bottle of pumpkin from Southern Tier and then just sit on top of that press and
there you
enjoy
go.
the rest of the night.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Hey, do you have any winemaking superstitions? Anything that as a winemaker you like are superstitious about that you would say, yeah, it's a little quirky that I do that?
So it's funny that you bring this up. I do plan on starting something weird this year.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Don't judge me. I'm getting into fermentation on crystals.
Okay.
So using
explain a little more.
So it goes into more of that like holistic approach of things, but using quartz, whether clear quartz, rose quartz, amethyst. There's a lot of people that say that those crystals are in tune to certain ultrasonic vibrations within the earth. And so depending on that vibration, it can really help out with not only your surroundings, but also with whatever you're using that in. Well, there's studies showing with different music being played.
I have seen that, yes.
And so using those ultrasonic that vibration and sound waves to really help out that maybe onset of autolysis and maybe a little bit more settling. It can give off different flavors and nuances. So
you're going to put the crystals like right into the tank or barrel or whatever you're fermenting in. That's really cool.
So I'm having a harvest dinner this Saturday with all my friends and family and positive people, and those crystals will be on the table for people to hold and put their positivity in, and then I will sanitize them and put them into a cheesecloth, and they will find their way in the bottom of the barrel for fermentation. And
I love it. That's cool. That's cool. That's not something I've heard of before. Maybe there's others that do that, but I've not heard of it.
Yeah, it's something cool. I heard. I read it about a few people doing it in California.
Okay, well that's really cool. So I'll tell you, I'll share a little one that I had. I don't do it anymore, but I used to when you're using a 40 by 40 plate and frame filter, I used to have to put all of the filter pads in with the words that are printed on the back of the filter pads, the right side up. And everyone I put it in and make that's right. I got over that finally because it's a little weird when you're
time
doing
consuming.
That. Yeah, I was doing it. My brother was visiting and he was just helping me and he's watching me do that and he's just shaking his head. He's like, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "I don't know. That's what I've always done." So he's the one that kind of convinced me that you're being ridiculous.
Well, did anything did anything negative happen after you stopped doing that?
Nothing changed at all. Wow. So it was time to get past that. So.
Do you have any weird superstitions happening now or doing?
I really don't, right? Like some people are like, oh, we use a lot of ladders in winemaking, of course, to climb up and get to the top of these tanks. And some people are weird about like going underneath the ladder or putting hoses through the ladder. I try not to do that because once you do that, then you're just going to drive yourself crazy with everything.
Yeah. Well, so, why knock on the devil's door?
Yeah, I would say I do not. Too many. The filter pad thing was one weird thing that I used to do. So yeah, but I stopped doing it.
I just kind of do it so that way, whatever way it kind of squeezes it in nicely,
Yeah. I like that crystal thing. That's really, really cool. I do have an idea about music vibrations, and I'm not giving that away. I've got a plan for something that I'm going to do with that down the road.
Just tell me, is it rock or classical?
It is pop.
Nice. Okay. All right.
That's a good transition. So,
I know, did you just hear that? Pop at Poplar.
Pop and Poplar. There you go. Pop at Poplar. That could be a music night or something that you guys do. Hey, on Toast Tuesdays, we always end with a top 5 list. So, people are going to want to know what your top 5 things are, whatever random category. So I picked one that I think I'm hoping it's a good transition. We were just talking about rock and pop and classical, but people want to know what your top 5 songs are that you're listening to right now.
Oh wow.
Top 5. What's on your top 5? What's on your playlist? Are you a listening to music guy?
Oh yeah.
While you're winemaking and things, yeah.
At any time, you can tell when I'm working is when you hear nothing but music. And
Yeah, okay.
I'm a huge fan of music, and a lot of times it's reflecting my mindset that day or whatever I need the most of.
Okay. So let's go 5-1 right now. So
names I'm terrible.
That's okay.
But Hey Driver right now.
What is it? Say it again.
Hey Driver.
Hey Driver. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
I feel like I should be familiar with that.
You probably have heard it.
Hey Driver. Yeah, no.
And then I listen to a lot of like the Radiators, Grateful Dead, Phish fan.
Yeah.
So
Phish, welcome. I like the Farmhouse. That's the song I like from
Phish. I don't think I have a specific favorite song. It's just mainly genres per se. Bob Dylan recently.
Bob Dylan. Okay.
Definitely one of my tops.
All right. I'm not going to hold you to a top 5 list then. I think that's pretty good. It gives me some insight into your what you like to listen to. It sounds like a lot of I guess chill music, I would think.
Lately, yeah. A lot of stuff happening. Harvest coming up. I need to be able to kind of relax, chill, positive vibes.
Grateful Dead. Did you see the Grateful Dead tribute band playing out in Las Vegas? Not did you actually attend, but they did this. It was a tribute band. They did this thing at the Las Vegas Sphere.
No, I didn't.
Have you seen this? Like incredible, the Sphere. I've just seen videos and pictures that people have taken from the inside of it. First of all, tickets were like thousands of dollars to go see them, but it's like it's in a sphere, and they literally project things like in a very high tech way, like all around the inside of this place, and
kind of like the laser show.
They could make it look like they were playing, on the back porch of somebody's house. On the stage, while they're on the stage. That's how realistic it is. It's super cool. Anyway, you didn't see it, but you should look that up. Google that or YouTube it.
I will.
Grateful Dead tribute band, Las Vegas Sphere. Pretty cool stuff.
I'm gonna take a look. I'm constantly always looking for something new and something different to listen to.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate you telling us about Poplar Wine Company. Good luck in harvest this year. It's going to be. I think it's going to be a busy one, right? The last 2 were a little light.
Heavy.
It's going to make up for it. It's going to make up for it this year. I think we're all going to be pretty busy this year. So
I think so.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So thanks again.
Oh, thank you.
And look for Poplar Wine Company tasting room opening June 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
So you guys are getting the first look, first talk with Matt, and I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Cheers.
All right. Cheers, guys. Yeah. All right. What a great interview,
that was
right?
Amazing.
Wasn't that cool? Get to spend a little bit of time with Matthew, learn what's up about Poplar Wine Company, learn a little bit about him as well. So great interview. Super appreciative of his time.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, the crystal thing that he talked about,
interesting.
It's a real thing that he plans on doing. So I had the opportunity to go to the winery there at Poplar Wine Company a couple of weeks ago. He had like a little harvest kickoff dinner with his friends and family.
Sweet.
And we were invited to come along as well. And he had these crystals out on the tables, and he wanted everybody to touch them and feel them and pass them around, and spreading positive energy into these crystals that he intends to add into the fermenting wine.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
It's kind of a different little thing, a little spirituality.
Like everybody's got their own little thing to them.
Into the winemaking process. So I thought that was really interesting and really cool. So we all got to send a little positive energy to Matt for his first harvest here.
Congrats. Awesome.
Yeah, he's to me, Matt. He's an up and coming winemaker in the Finger Lakes. I think this stint at what he's doing now with Poplar Wine Company is going to show that he's really arrived.
Yeah,
so I think he's a great winemaker.
And have him here in the.
Yeah, a lot of respect for him, and again, super appreciative of him taking the time to sit down with us and walk us through some things.
Well, perfect.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. Me too. All right, let's get to the top 5 list.
Top 5 already.
Here we go. We're in it. We're into the top 5 list. We're going to do top 5 soft drinks today.
These are my favorite. These are my favorite.
Top 5 soft drinks today. So before we even get started, though, what do you call a soft drink? Like how did you grow up? Did you say soda? Did you say soft drink? Did you say Coke or Pepsi?
No,
What?
it's just only soda.
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 So you were a
Yeah,
soda
kid.
thing. Okay. So and it's very regional. Like
Yes.
growing up in Erie, Pennsylvania, we called it pop. Pop.
Sometimes when I'm feeling a little different, I'll say pop.
To me, it's weird, right? Because I grew up as a kid calling it pop, but then having left the area for so long, when I hear somebody say the word pop, it takes me a minute to even know what they're talking about. Like it doesn't register with me right away. But
it doesn't click.
I grew up in a region where we call it pop, and they still call it pop today. All right, let's get to it though. Top 5
Soda
favorite pops.
Love it.
Or soda. I tend to say soda now as well. Let me kick it off. I'm going to go 5. I'm going to go with the classic lemon lime 7-Up.
7-Up. That's
7-Up. And I tried to approach this list like, okay, if somebody lines soft drinks up in front of me, what ones would I grab? So if I had Sprite or 7-Up, I'm grabbing 7-Up.
7-Up. Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm starting with.
I would agree. That's a very good one.
Okay.
Number 5 is Fanta. Nice
Fanta.
Classic orange soda.
The orange Fanta soda.
So not
I think
Crush.
they have a grape one too, right?
They do. It's pretty good.
Fanta.
A Fanta, not
Okay,
Crush.
cool. That's I can appreciate that one.
Thank you.
For sure. My number 4, I'm just going straight Coke.
Straight Coke.
Straight
no
Coke.
Extra funny flavors, just straight Coke.
Just Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
As is meant to be.
Amazing.
Yep. Coke, my number 4.
Good choice.
Okay. How about you?
Number 4 might shock you. Shirley Temples.
Shirley Temples.
Shirley Temple.
Okay. That's a good one. I know you like the shout out to our friends the Three Brothers that make the Iron Heart soda, right?
So
they had a Shirley Temple varietal that I know you liked.
I miss it.
Yeah,
so much.
that was good. And then they didn't make it this year, but
That's all right.
yeah, Shirley Temple soda was pretty good. My number 3 is ginger ale.
Okay.
Ginger ale. It's my go-to for whatever reason. If I'm on a flight, an airplane, and they come down with a little cart, I almost always get a ginger ale. And I don't know why, because I don't really drink it any other time. But I do. I love ginger ale.
Yeah, I get it. I do.
Okay.
I'm doing, for number 3, a cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi. So you got the flavor variety going here too. That's almost like a cola version of Shirley Temple, right?
Yeah. Is that, yeah.
So, okay.
It's true.
Cherry Pepsi, not Coke.
Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi.
All right. My number 2, Dr. Pepper. Love Dr. Pepper.
Number 2.
A little bit of spice to it.
Yeah. 23 different flavors in a Dr. Pepper can.
Yeah. Is that so?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Said on
That's
the can.
their slogan.
Yeah.
23 different flavors. Okay. Yeah, I like a Dr. Pepper.
I'm going to blow your mind too. Because number 2 is Dr. Pepper.
Look at that. This is the first time I think we had a match like that. With the same
tier.
number, same everything. Okay. Yeah.
We're
so
doing good.
Dr. Pepper is a good one for us, a fan favorite for us. My number 1, and I struggled with this a little bit. I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it until I really thought. Now, first of all, I haven't had a soda in like 2 years. Just I don't really drink a lot of soda anymore. Used to, but not so much anymore.
It's good not to.
Probably been a couple of years since I've had a soda, but I'm going Pepsi as my number 1. Just regular Pepsi.
Were you more of a Pepsi guy then?
I would say that's why I struggled with it a little bit. I had to really think about, okay, which one do I really like more, Coke or Pepsi? And again, I did if you're going to put 2 on the table, which one am I going to grab? I'm probably going to grab the Pepsi.
Would you be able to tell the difference if we put them in like a black glass?
Probably not. Oh. The black glass Coke or Pepsi challenge, right? Yeah, and I don't think I would. But that Pepsi, that's going to be my number 1 choice.
That's
just
a solid
regular
choice.
Pepsi.
Just regular Pepsi.
Yep.
That's a good one.
That's what I'm going with.
I'm going with Coke Vanilla for number 1.
Coke Vanilla.
It is so good.
That's got to be like so sweet, sickeningly sweet. That's what it sounds like to me.
It is very
Coke
sweet.
Vanilla.
But it is just on a really hot day in a tall glass with ice. Coke Vanilla is so good.
Okay. All right.
Coke Vanilla.
Caffeine or caffeine free?
Oh, always caffeine.
Okay.
I cannot do that.
I think they make a caffeine free Coke Vanilla.
It doesn't taste
probably.
the same.
No, I agree. All right, that was cool. So you had some unique ones on there. Mine was kind of close to the line, I guess. I didn't really
like
stray
the regular
too far there. The regular kind of sodas. But that's the way That's.
Well, I mean, you don't drink
again,
it often.
I don't really drink it very
That's
often.
true. So you're not really
I
like
just keep a simple list.
all these Mountain Dew flavors
Exactly.
you do
Like
too.
you go into the like the McDonald's or Burger King where they have those Coke machines,
The 50 different
and you can pick like 50 different type of soda that you want. Yeah,
crazy.
I can't handle that. All right, good. That was good. Good show. Good show.
Great interview too.
Great interview.
Yes.
Now, he did below the top 5 lists. All right, let's be honest.
Yeah, he wasn't right.
I mean,
wasn't right.
He wasn't prepared. Even though I tried to give him some advance, and I don't think he took.
It's not as strong.
I don't think he took the top 5 list as serious as you and I do. Right? This is serious stuff when we're doing it. So I think he really didn't take it seriously. But in honor of, I guess in honor of his answers that he kind of gave, we're going to do a toast today with a Phish song. So let's wrap it up with that, right? All right. I never ever saw the northern lights. I never really heard of cluster flies. I never ever saw the stars so bright. In the farmhouse, things will be all right. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, cheers.